For these problems, you have a monomial divided by a binomial. What you have to do is you multiply by the conjugate. And what makes a conjugate, if you have A plus B, your conjugate will be A minus B. So it's the same terms, but it's the opposite sign in the middle. So again, if you have like A minus B, your conjugate will be A plus B. I'll show you what I mean. So here, this is my A and this is my B. It's an A plus B. So I'm going to multiply by the conjugate A, negative 5, minus B, which is square root of 2. It's almost the same as this, but the middle term is different, positive to negative. If you're multiplying on the bottom, you also need to multiply the numerator, negative 5 minus square root of 2. So we're going to do these two multiplication problems. First, I have the monomial times the binomial, and you distribute. So you take 5 times negative 5 will be negative 25, and then 5 times negative square root 2 will be negative 5 square root of 2. So that's the top. Now the bottom. Let's do this on the side. So I have negative 5 plus square root of 2 times negative 5 minus the square root of 2. So negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. Negative 5 times negative square root 2, a negative times a negative is positive 5 square root 2. Negative 5 times positive square root 2 is negative 5 square root of 2. And square root of 2 times negative square root of 2. So a negative times a positive is negative. 2 times 2 is 4. So what I've gotten here is 25 plus 5 square root 2 minus 5 square root 2 minus the square root of 4. These are similar terms, they're like terms. Square root 2, square root 2, so you can combine them. And when you combine them, positive 5 minus 5, they equal 0, so they cancel out. And now the square root of 4 is 2. So I have 25 minus 2 from here, which is 23. Now from here, if there's any reducing that needs to happen, if they were all even numbers, for example, then you would reduce. But 23 is prime, so there's not going to be any reducing fractions in this example. Okay, so let me do another example. I'll do well, this video is getting long, so it's the same steps here. I'll just do number 25. We're going to multiply by the conjugate. So we're multiplying by 2 plus square root of 3. So here we're going to distribute on the top. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times the square root of 3 is 3 square root 3. I'm going to do this work on the side, just to try to keep things organized. So I have 2 minus the square root of 3 times 2 plus the square root of 3. And we start multiplying. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times square root of 3 is 2 square root of 3. 2 times the negative square root of 3 is negative 2 square root 3. And negative square root 3 times positive square root 3. A negative times a positive is negative. 3 times 3 is 9. So 4 plus 2 square root 3 minus 2 square root 3 minus the square root of 9. You combine your like terms here, and they cancel out. So I have 4 minus, the square root of 9 is 3. So 4 minus 3 is 1. And if you divide anything by 1, it's going to end up being itself. So actually the easier way to write this is just 6 plus 3 square root 3.